So today we're going to do something fun. I'm going to do a cold watch and react of the James Toney fight from last Saturday. James Toney fought Donovan Razor Ruddock. Both of them are in their mid to late 50s. There's a lot of uproar about online, oh, I can't believe they'd let these two old guys. Isn't that sad? And I think that's silly. Nobody's being abused here. This isn't like when they fed Evander Holyfield to Vitor Belfort. James Toney wants to fight. Donovan Ruddock wants to fight. And I'm excited for it. I love seeing old guys fight. I love seeing veteran tricks. I love seeing guys problem solve and apply the sweet science in the absence of a lot of the athleticism that they might have had in their youth. So we're gonna watch it and you're gonna react and discuss this along with me. So let's go. Right off the bat, the obligatory, this is what peak performance looks like. I saw some people roasting him online, being like, you're two drunk uncles at the barbecue. James is moving. He's got that upper body movement. He's got that focus in his eyes. He looks like he's controlling distance well. Ruddock's got some bounce in his feet, which is good. James just touches that liver, sees if it's an easy target, and it looks like he can get it. Touches his liver, touches his center line a couple times with that jab. Good. Dresses up that entry and throws that right hook to the body, just like the old school guys. Beautiful. Good. You can see James, he's carrying around some extra weight here, but he's being proactive with his defense. He doubles up on the three. Ruddock is obviously looking for a big shot. Ruddock is famous for that smash, that weird, like long uppercut that he throws that makes him a nightmare for shorter fighters and pressure fighters. Though I think he'll struggle to find that with his right hand on Toney. He might be able to find it with his left hand as Toney hinges down to his open side. Ruddock acting like the taller guy here, looks really good. This might sound like a weird thing to say. I can't say I've ever seen a professional fight where both guys are wearing Velcro gloves. I guess the Jamaica Athletic Commission is a little bit different than the ones in the States, huh? Toney's looking good. Side onto the ropes here. I would never argue with either of these men, but if they were sparring at my gym, I'd yell at them to not stand side onto the ropes. You just walk to the center. Good. I love that Toney's still doubling up on that lead hand. He's still defending proactively. I know this is the first round. We're going to see how their legs hold up. That's usually the thing that retires a boxer. You know, if their chin holds up throughout their career, then it's usually their legs that go. Their legs give out on them, and that's the eventual thing where they can't bounce, they can't move, they can't position themselves for the duration of a fight as their career wears on. Nice. Good on James, not putting the kitchen sink into every single punch. He's just tipping and tapping here, looking for those opportunities. Definitely the busier guy in this first round. You can see him trying to bait out. Maybe it's that smash, but he's definitely trying to bait out an uppercut. He leans in with that head. He puts it right in that jab lane or that cross lane. Ruddock looks like he's being the more physical guy. He's pushing, he's shoving. He looks like he's trying to put more mustard on those punches. Must have been some confusion at the 10-second bell, I assume. Nice. So you can see Toney's in there working the body. These guys are carrying around a little more weight than they were in their youth. I will say, anecdotally, it's hard to hurt a guy that's carrying around some fat to the body. You got to really dig. That acts as a cushion. And anecdotally, I can say, you know, when I was fighting down at 154, I didn't take a body shot very well. When I was strutting around up at 204, I took a body shot really, really well because I had some extra cushion to help keep me safe. Nice. Beautiful work. It's fun watching these guys. There's a lot of knowledge here between these two. You can see some highlights. and moving into the second round. Both guys are on their feet. Nobody looks like they're huffing and puffing too bad yet. All right, let's see what it looks like. And they're off. Good, all that proactive defense. That acts as a feint too. Remember, head movement doesn't just get your head out of the way, it loads you up to counter. That's a threat when you're moving your head. You know, imagine little Mike Tyson slipping and weaving in at you. All right? He's not just being defensive. That's a threatening display. James, once again, obviously came in here planning on working the body. He's touching that liver. He's touching that floating rib on the lead side. He keeps sticking that solar plexus whenever he gets the chance. I will say James does look a little top heavy. I've seen him lose his balance a couple times as he's swinging around. Ends up over his heels or a little square. Good, he's moving his head in front of Razor. He's trying to bait out those shots. Good physical work from Ruddock. And Ruddock doesn't seem overly concerned with protecting his body. And I wonder how that's going to play out as the fight goes on. Because James is just tippy-tapping him, but those little tippy-taps, they add up. And especially if you're an older guy, it's going to take your wind from you. Good. Best thing to do when you get hit is nothing. Just no-sell that shot. You saw Toney eat that cross there, and he's fine. If you're not horizontal, you got to stay focused. Nice. 3 punches off that left hand. 1, 3, 3. There it is again. I always thought it was fascinating looking at Donovan Ruddock. The way that he throws that smash, the way that his levers are, he's got a short upper arm and a long forearm. And because of that, you can kind of see how that would encourage you not really to swing your punches, but to like lift your punches with that shoulder. When you look at him, it seems obvious that a guy with his levers and his mechanics would develop something like the smash, that like kind of odd, long uppercut. It's crazy watching him hit the bag. I think it was actually one of the, nice, good proactive movement. James Toney's so funny. He just wears his emotions like right on his face. You can see he makes a guy miss. He's like, no. Yep. Can you imagine sparring him when he was a young man? Would have been tough. He's going to demoralize you, talking to you the whole time, talking smack. Same way in all of his fights. Nice. There you go. I don't know who he keeps looking to ringside. I don't know if that's his corner. Is he out of the blue corner? I think so. But he keeps looking at somebody. Nice. Good job riding that right hand to bring his own right hand back. Nice. It is an exhibition. Donovan goes to give him the glove touch. James looks at him. He's like, I'm going to fight. So we're moving into the third round of all of this. I was saying, I think it was the Street Beefs channel. They posted some footage of Donovan Ruddock hitting the heavy bag. And they played it off under the guise that he was a novice looking for advice. And he looks kind of odd on the heavy bag. The way he punches is very strange. Undeniably powerful, but strange. And every keyboard warrior on the internet shows up to give their 2 cents about how horrible he looks. He needs to hook up with a good coach. He needs to learn X, Y, and Z, and how this technique is bad because of whatever, you know. And then only later in the comments does whoever posted that reveal that this is Donovan Ruddock, you know, a former heavyweight champion. He probably knows more than you. He probably knows better than you, you know. People love to look and they love to judge, and they look at technique in the absence of context or tactics. Technique is a lot more amorphous than I think a lot of newbies believe it is, but the tactics and the strategy are consistent. Good. Nice little cross-step exit from Toney. It's really cool, again, you know, in the absence of the power and the speed and the ability to be reactive. Toney's still showboating, hops on that back foot, eats a cross. I love it. I was just about to say something nice about the guy, too. What I was going to say is it's cool seeing Toney He still punches in combination. He still feints. He still has proactive head movement. He still thinks position first. He still has an exit strategy when he's in all of these exchanges. That stuff is baked into him. You know, everybody, again, we were just talking about the difference between techniques and tactics. People get hung up on like, oh, you know, I've practiced the 3 so many times. I've practiced it so many times. It's second nature. I've rewrote my instincts. And that's all good. But like, what about the sequence of events to get you into and out of exchanges safely? Having a good weapon is cool, but knowing how to use it is better. Good. Again, there's that proactive defense. He creates traffic in that hand. There you go. And see, now that Toney's getting comfortable that he can land these shots, he's finding opportunities to throw bigger punches. Good. Nice little drag shot there. You don't see heavyweights throw the drag shot a lot. Maybe Richard Torres. I got hope for him. Not a big fan of southpaws, but I like short heavyweights. And you know, Team USA, got to respect that. Nice. Cool. All right, folks, we're at the halfway point here. I know it's an exhibition. They ain't scoring it, but I don't think it's a stretch to say that Toney's up 3 rounds right now, if you were. I can say confidently watching this that if you took like the power and the conditioning out of the equation, if you were just playing a game of tag, you know, you're sparring. If you're sparring with James Toney still soundly outboxes most folks. Nice. Good job taking that open side angle, attacking center line first, doubling up on that jab. I saw a post from somebody on Instagram that was like, do you have bad cardio or do you just throw every punch as hard as you can? These guys definitely understand the value of those throwaway shots to set things up. Good. Good proactive defense. Nice. Good job riding that shot. You know, obviously it scores. Any shot on your head scores. But man, somebody clanking a shot off of your dome right up on the top of your head, it ain't gonna hurt you. And in a self-defense situation, if we really think about boxing like a martial art, all right, they're way more likely to hurt their hand than they are to knock you out, dinging you off the top of your head like that. Nice. Nice. Toney's starting to feel it. He's starting to feel that rhythm. See how he's swimming in the pocket there? That's a beautiful sequence. He gets his head offline with every single punch. He repositions after every single punch. He's making himself hard to hit. Nice. 3 for 3. Let's go. There's that smash. I knew we'd see it. That's wonderful. Yep. You can see Ruddock is thinking a little more offensively now too. He's got those hands low. He's driving up with those shots. Hey, and he got him. Beautiful. Got him again. I love that. See, these guys are smart. You saw he hit him with the 3. He anticipated that Toney was going to catch that the second time around. He tacked a 2 on the end of it to wallop him. This is good. I can see we're in the second half, you know. Ruddock was really inactive for the first half. You know, he just had that high guard up. He was just tanking a lot of those shots. He might have been banking on Toney tiring himself out. Meanwhile, Toney looks like he had the same game plan, though a little more proactive with it, where he's just been slowly investing in that body of Ruddock. I think both of these guys are looking at the other guy like he's the old man. They're like, he's going to get tired. I'm going to tire him out so that I can have success in the second half of this fight. Good. Nice active rear hand. That rear hand doing all the work for Ruddock. Keep him safe. Nice. Good right hand. And again, Toney just telling him I ain't hurt. Calls back of the head. I don't think that was back of the head. This is fun. People talk smack. People create fake drama, but this is great. These guys have so much knowledge. This is a fair matchup. If they want to fight, let the men fight. Nice. Good 3. Great placement. Good. Jab beats almost everything if you time it right. Lots of rhythm play there from Toney. He's not doing the better of it though. Because Toney depends on that rear hand to catch the 3 and to catch the cross, when he's fighting a tall guy like Ruddock and he's standing kind of in front of him, it's got to do double duty. And Ruddock's figured out that Toney is there for the 3. Toney, you wilting? Don't be a front runner, man. Let's go, let's go. He's looking. He's continuing to work. Man, I wish I had the confidence that Toney has to just throw that right hand to the body. I don't throw that right hand to the body a lot because it leaves you square in front of both of somebody's hands, What's that Toney says? All y'all had to learn how to fight. I was born a fighter. I'm still learning. Yeah, Ruddock woke up in the second half of this. This is great. And you can see Toney's digging a little bit more given that. I think both of these guys recognize that they might have underestimated the other one. Nice, pairing those hooks and uppercuts, has an exit strategy, playing with lanes and angles, proactive defense. I think he figured out that 3. Let's see. Nice, this is awesome. I'm happy we get to see this. He's still strutting. How can't you like the guy? All right, we are going into the final round of Toney Ruddock. You hear my wife, woo, in the background. His corner pulling his pants up. What was that movie that came out a while ago with Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro, grudge match, where those 2 old men got in the ring and fought each other? It was like a real life grudge match. I love it. All right, going into the final round. Let's see what it looks like. These boys are sweating, but I can only imagine it's hot in Jamaica. I'm willing to forgive that from a conditioning perspective. Nice, and they touch gloves. I always tell my guys, remember, your opponent isn't your enemy. There's somebody who gave you an opportunity to try your hardest. You should be very respectful of them. Oh, and you can see they both coming out here trying to be the busier man in the last round. Good. Once again, I said Toney looking a little bit top heavy. You see him wobbling after throwing that 3, a little bit off base. There's that smash again. He's trying. There's that smash again. He's trying. Kind of cuffs him with it, but he's going for it. Nice. Hooks and uppercuts. Hooks and uppercuts. Nice. Hooks and uppercuts. Head and body. Ooh! Toney still got it. Toney still got it. That was amazing. Now Ruddock must feel a little embarrassed about that. He's going to want to get that moment back. You can see he's trying to lead with that cross, trying to undermine Toney's expectations about how he's going to throw here. Nice. Good long beat from Ruddock, being patient and hitting him where he goes. Hitting him where he goes. That's what you do with a guy who has proactive defense. A guy who has proactive defense, you hit him where he goes. You wait. Good. Toney getting that head somewhere safe, right in his chest. Good. Ruddock throwing some light punches. What's he setting him up for? What's he setting him up for? Toney doing the same thing back. There it is. Big 3. Ooh, feints the smash. Comes through with the left hand. This is wonderful. I feel like a radio announcer talking over this whole thing. I'm giving you guys the play-by-play, but I think I got to be reacting to this so that YouTube doesn't pull it. Nice. Good. Another good example. Trying to get that inside hand position, trying to think traffic. I hope those ropes are strong. Hey, is that the fight? That's wonderful. Toney's dancing. It must be the fight. That was a lot of fun. Because it's an exhibition, I believe that there's... Oh, they both dancing. I'm glad these old guys are out here having fun. Because it's exhibition, I believe it's a draw if it gets to the end of it. All right, so I don't think anybody won. Obviously, Toney stole the first 3 rounds. Ruddock definitely won the 5th round. The 4th round was closer. The 6th round was closer. I don't have any idea. But like I said, I'm just happy these guys get the opportunity. I was dying to watch this fight, so I'm happy that I can do a react and put this on my YouTube channel so that you guys can watch it too. And hopefully you learn something, or hopefully you're inspired. You know, you guys have heard me say before, I'm on that Bernard Hopkins game plan. I want to be doing this when I'm 52. I think James Toney's 55 here, so maybe I got to shift. I'm on my James Toney game plan now. All right. Either way, I'm inspired. Check out the channel. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you can have success when you fight.